This video took a long time to make. It was a mixture between laziness and trying to get back on that seasonal anime grind. A grind that never came to be because everything I was excited for got delayed because of Big Mama Corona-chan. But we are back. And yes, I am gonna get consistent again. You would think I would talk about a well-known anime for my return, but no. No, no, no. I have way too much time on my hands to watch anime a lot of people have never heard of or forgot about. And the anime today that we're going to be talking about is Elemental Gelade or Elementar Jurad. Jurade. Damn it. Duh, I don't know how to say that word. Whatever. For you Japanese purists out there. If any of you Japanese purists, let me know how to say that or, just correct me in the comments, I guess. Elemental Gelade is a fantasy adventure anime following our insert young protagonist that isn't good at most of what he does, yet for some ungodly reason is a super trusted member of some sky pirates. Ku, which is our protagonist's name, goes on a raid where they pick up a literal freaking coffin. You would think they stole Dracula's coffin. Just look at this thing, boy, all blinged out, all decorated. Now it turns out there was a girl inside of Dracula's coffin. So it's a female Dracula with blue hair. It's fucking hot.
Hey yo, did this goofy ass motherfucker right here just compliment that female? You're a simp!
An organization known as Arc L show up, which consists of our other main characters, Siska, Rowan, and Bez girl, Kia. They explain that this person they stole is an Edoraid. An Edoraid is a being that through chance can be turned into a weapon to fight. So something like Discount Soul Eater. Maybe Soul Eater before Soul Eater. Because this came out way before Soul Eater, but we're not going to talk about that. And not just that, because of course the girl that they found in the giant decorated coffin isn't some regular female. Oh no, 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 no. This girl is known as Reverie Mythilance. She is a Shikajo Hoju, which is a really important elemental Gelade or an Edoraid, because spoiler reasons. I'm not going to get too much into it because I actually want you guys to watch the show. Even though the show's really old by this point, I don't want anybody to say, oh, you spoiled the show for me. No. I just want to recommend you guys a show that you guys can watch. The show, for what it is, has pretty good characters. Specifically, Siska. Siska has the mindset that all Edoraids must be protected and shouldn't be used as weapons. I really like Siska because you really never know what she'll do. And all her motivations, they're pretty consistent throughout the show. Siska sometimes will be sad, after an event that had just happened, while none of the other characters are feeling that way. They're all sticking Boruto opening one, Kimi Gayet, that one. But, Siska's all sad because of the recent events. Siska actually shows emotions toward the things that happen in the show, which a lot of the characters in the show do not, which I find to be pretty weird most of the time, especially after some circumstances. Siska will be the only character actually showing some type of emotion. Not just that, Siska has a really funny personality. She's really greedy. She's really stubborn in a lot of regards, but in the end, is actually turns out to be a really good person. And I think I like that about her character. She's diverse. She's all over the place. Not like a lot of the one-dimensional characters in the show. For instance, Kia, which is another favorite of mine, because goddamn boy, she thick. But that's not really important because Kia, besides the one little backstory we get on her, we don't know a lot. We know that Kia actually fell in love with somebody a long time ago. Either fell in love or was their Edoraid at one point. We really did get those details. But she had somebody back in the day, but then he had died, maybe of age, I don't know. And then she meets Rowan randomly. I don't know how it shows it happening. It was kind of randomly while she was at a grad site, and then he just comes out of nowhere. I don't know, but we don't know too much about Kia. For real. Her personality consists of her being hungry all the time, her eating all the time, and her making Rowan lose fights because she runs out of power because she's hungry. That's really most of the character we get from Kia. Also, Kia is a little bit of a sassy girl sometimes, and she kind of teases Ku and Ren when it comes to their relationship, or in some cases other chicks that like Ku, which I kind of like about her. She's kind of an asshole some of the time, but it's kind of like a funny type of asshole in a way. Rowan is your insert badass and perfect side character. It isn't so badass or perfect because I swear this dude loses more fucking fights than he actually wins. I mean, he's quote unquote the strongest character, but you lose the simple shit. Like, that's very uninspirational. It don't even be his fault most of the time. Sometimes it be Kia just deciding not to fight because she's hungry, which, that's kind of stupid in a life or death fucking situation where you could both be killed. But hey, that's just me, an actual thinking human being. But yeah, Rowan, he's a cool character. He shows his badassery some of the time, but some of the time he does lose to really dumb shit that he shouldn't lose to. Like, for instance, this man literally stared at a laser that was like coming at him one time. Like, what even was the point of that? Like, you literally could have just reflected it. I don't know, dude. Sometimes this show is pretty freaking weird. Now, Ren. I really like Ren. Her character isn't anything super impressive, but she matches well with the main crew. And that makes up for her lack of real character, for real, for real. Interactions with Ren and everybody else, they feel genuine because slowly but surely, they all kind of bond together, and that bodes well because each episode they learn more about each other, or they get more comfortable with each other. Because at first, Ku just wanted to be by himself with Ren, but then by the end, they all became best friends that are never really away from each other. Which, to me, I think that's one of the best things about the show is the development between their friendship and their bonds. That's one of the best things about the shows. Now, Ku, our main character, he's really nothing special. He's kind of predictable. You kind of know where his motivations lie, what he'll do. He's your generic idiot slash, good-hearted protagonist, kind-hearted protagonist that everybody seems to flock to or fall in love with. He's nothing too special. He's not my Subaru to my ReZero. He's more my Naruto to my Naruto Shippuden. He's basically that kind of protagonist. It's not a bad protagonist, but it's not an amazing protagonist, I would say. Now, I definitely have some gripes with this show, and it has to do with how the plot and some of the characters are handled. Now, skip to this timestamp for no spoilers. I remember saying I wasn't going to have any spoilers, but if you guys want to know why I don't like this show, you guys need to know. So, skip to this timestamp here, and yeah. Alright, you guys skip? Okay, all the people that skipped, good on you, but alright, let's get to the spoiler. So, at the end of the series, when Ku was literally fucking blasted in the chest, he dies. He actually dies. But a random chick who turns out to be the queen of Edelgarden. Edelgarden being the place that they wanted to go to. It's kind of like the One Piece or the Radiant. But a random chick that he just meets brought him back to life. Which was an issue for me personally because Ku literally said one thing to this chick. All he said was that Edelraids and people can actually coexist. And that made her sacrifice her life for him, which I don't know, man. Like, she literally just walked around, he said one thing there, and then she disappeared. Like, I wasn't really... I don't get how that was enough for her to sacrifice her life for him. But, well, another thing with the show was that Ren was put in a magical barrier where Ku could not reach her, nor could she hear Ku. They were trying to use Ren for her power. But he kept on running into the fucking barrier like a literal dumbass when they literally said the shit could not be broken. It would not work. Yet, this man fucking runs into it like an idiot. Kind of like how Naruto kept on running straight into Neji's fucking punches, yet wins the fight. The shit works. It literally breaks. I get that the main character needs to win. I get that. That's a fact. That's the fact of life. We all know this. But there's a limit to the bullshit plot armor that I can take. Fairy Tail had bullshit plot armor for every fucking character, but at least that sort of made sense in some regards. This right here makes no goddamn sense. Not just that. At the end, they start doing the lost chant out of nowhere. Like, there's this chant that they were supposed to say that would stop all the fighting between the Edelraids and the Stingraids and shit. And he does it out of nowhere. Like, he didn't even know about this. No one mentioned this to him. Siska knew, but he didn't. Cole was literally just staring at the villains, and all of a sudden, this nigga starts a chant he didn't even know existed. I cannot take this, bro. Somebody shoot me, please. Another issue I have is how some side characters are handled. They will have a genuinely interesting character, aka Wooks, aka Brazati, but the show just says, "Are you a main character? No. Okay, you yourself off of shit." You know, we've had a lot of interesting characters that literally just fucking disappeared, but in some cases came back. But it was only at the end, like the Stingray from episode 5, who they fought with that guy who was using her for only her power. She ended up with the Sky Pirates, which was not explained at all. How did she even end up there? You know, can we at least get some background on that? How did the Sky Pirates survive? Can we get some background on that? They were fucking perceived dead by episode 1. Can we get some fucking background on that? Like this random Edo raid character who the Edo hunter Wilkes was fucking capturing popped up randomly when they saved her, and she's captured again. How do you get captured again? We see her in one episode, she runs away, and then the same fucking thing that they literally just saved her from happens again when we see her. How does, like, what's going on? Not just that, Wooks. Since I'm talking about Wooks, oh my god, this nigga literally has the weirdest damn character. Like, at first he says that Edo raids are only tools to be used for humans to fight, but then one fucking speech, it's literally one speech, from Siska, the lolly, maybe he has a thing for lollies, who knows, was enough to make him change his entire way of thinking that he's been thinking for years. This man is a grown man. He had to been thinking this thing for years, and one speech and one ass whooping was enough to make him like, oh, my ways must be changed. Like, the fuck, bro, does everybody in this show fucking talking no jitsu? I don't understand. Did Naruto really rub off? It was me talking about Naruto Shippuden really, like, what inspired this fucking show. Because that's amazing to me. That's one of the things I hated. How does this man's whole way of thinking change out of nowhere? It's literally no. I don't like it. In summary, the show is pretty average. The characters meshed together very well, and the steady flow of progression was really good. Not a lot felt rushed, but the way some interesting characters were handled, such as Razati and Wooks, really left a lot to be desired. And the fact that the unexplained plot armor bullshit just kept happening throughout the show really held it back for me. You could tell the show was a bit more kiddish and that it wasn't probably made for people like me. But I think the fact that the relationship between Ku and Ren, the fact that it was growing a lot, and the fact that it had some kind of relatable things in the show, it kind of, I don't know, held a place for me. So even if the show wasn't really made for me, I enjoyed it in what it was. For what the show was, I enjoyed it. Now, Elemental Gelade, it wasn't a really bad show. So on my scale of 1 to 10, how we're going to rate it? We're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, we'll do it 1 to 10. So, here's how it's going to work. Out of everything that I thought about the show, all my gripes and all the good things about the show, I'll give this show a 6.5 out of 10. Really, it was a really unique concept for its time, and the characters themselves were enough to keep me watching the show. The plot armor bullshit and the fact that the show just didn't explain some things and how some of the characters were handled, it kind of held it back for me. But the fact that the show had really good characters, had some really unique concepts, the animation was actually okay, and the aesthetic of the show was actually really good. That's a 6.5 for me. Really average, you know. A lot of shows nowadays especially have really good animation but shitty plots, you know. So yeah, 6 out of 10. If you guys enjoyed the video, then please leave a like and a subscription. This video, like I said, took a really long time to make, and I'm really excited to get it back out the door. I want to do more stuff like this, and the next video I might be teasing on my Instagram, my Twitter, or my my Facebook. So, you know, I'll put that right there at the bottom of the screen, and yeah, guys, just tune in. Stay tuned. I mean, yeah. But till then, see you guys later. Sayonara.